Hi guys. I know it's been a while, about 7 months, I think. Yeah, the past 7 months have been pretty wild for me, honestly. I got 3 new piercings. I have a girlfriend now. I started uni. Literally everything has been happening, and yeah, I'm kind of glad I took a break from YouTube for a while just to experience that and actually live my life for real. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in all that time, but honestly, I'm just very surprised that people are still watching and subscribing to this channel. Like, holy shit, my Sifu video is still doing amazing, and I don't know how that's possible. But either way, thank you guys so much. Thanks to all of my new subscribers and my old subscribers as well for sticking around for this long, especially since I haven't uploaded anything in a long time. Genuinely, I really needed this break. I think that YouTube was kind of killing me, to be honest, and I just needed to step away for a while. But I'm back. I'm actually properly back. I'm gonna be making stuff again. I have been working on a lot of scripts, and yeah, I think it'll be great. Still have to figure out the kind of timing and the management of time, because I am still working and doing uni at the same time, so it is a bit of a struggle still, but I hope that I can at least get stuff out relatively soon. I think the next one I'm going to release is a continuation of my Playing Old Games series about Stalker and Far Cry, so look out for that. I think it'll be pretty good. And then, yeah, don't really know what I'm gonna do after that. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do, but yeah. Speaking of my girlfriend, she's actually the one who got me into wrestling. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan now. I know that seems pretty surprising, but to be honest, from what I've seen, a lot of wrestling fans are just nerds. But yeah, basically, All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, like, pretty much all of them. Don't ask me about WWE though, because I honestly don't give a shit about that company. I honestly just struggle watching it because it's basically just a who's who of sex pests and predators. It's pretty bad, yeah. A lot of terrible people in WWE, and yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of how the companies run or what they do. Yeah, so anyway, you can expect wrestling video essays in the future, I guess. I'll need to think of some topics to talk about that haven't already been talked about, but yeah, I'm quite excited. I've since been going to wrestling shows in my area, and that's been so fun. The last one I went to, I dressed up as MJF, my favorite wrestler right now. I fucking love him. He's incredible. He's a 5'0" ADD riddled Jew boy, and so am I. So I relate to him a lot. He is currently in a bit of a dry run right now. He's not having great matches or great stories, but I think he's just in a slow period. I reckon he'll come back to speed after All In or something. I don't know. Hopefully. But yeah, I loved his previous run in AEW, and I hope he continues, and he's just great. I also fucking love Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is incredible. One of the best in-ring wrestlers, just incredible talent, incredible athleticism, just insane to watch. Every single one of his matches have been fucking incredible. I honestly don't know why I didn't get into wrestling earlier, because I think it's such an interesting medium of storytelling, and it is a medium, because, like, the intersection of entertainment and the way it tells these narratives over time is, like, kind of fascinating to me. Just like some of the most interesting stories have come out of wrestling, and it's also just, it's kind of interactive in a way that I wasn't expecting. And yeah, I mean, Super Eye Patch Wolf has been making videos on wrestling for ages, and I guess I just didn't really listen to what he was talking about, but now I get it. I guess it just needed girlfriends to actually get the appeal of the sport and the, well, I say sport. It's, to me, it's more of an art form, but you know, that's just how I feel about it. And yeah, so you can definitely expect me to write stuff on it in the future, and yeah, hopefully get those out. I know I promised an Alan Wake 2 video a while ago, and really I don't feel like I have the tools necessary to make it just yet. I mean, honestly, this game was kind of the reason why I took a break from making videos entirely. And that's because the game is really about art and artists, and kind of how sharing art for the purpose of making connection does not substitute for making real connections. And I feel like I kind of learned that the hard way. I initially made videos because I had all of these things I wanted to talk about and no one to talk about them with. And so I thought that I could reach a community out there of people who would be interested in what I was talking about. But it really kind of hindered me in terms of my social life, because I was spending time making videos instead of going out with my friends, or, you know, actually going to events and stuff like that, where I could actually make new friends and find people who were similar to me. And after taking time away from making art and actually going outside and being with those people, it has been so much more important to me and my emotional regulation and my self-esteem. And I think that's important for everyone to learn. And Alan Wake 2 is a masterpiece. Like, there's no doubt about that. And the recent DLC as well has been great. I wouldn't say it adds that much to the thematic content of the game. Like, I probably wouldn't talk about it in the video. But they're still just fascinating pieces of work. And yeah, Remedy are just incredible. I'm so devastated about James McCaffrey. It's terrible. We keep losing these incredible voice actors. And yeah, James McCaffrey is just a legend in the game industry, and his voice as Max Payne is just, like, irreplaceable. I have heard that they're making Max Payne remakes, and I genuinely don't know how they're gonna do that without James McCaffrey, because he was such an important part of that game, and the reason why it's not the main reason, but he is, like, one of the, like, the most iconic part of the game. Like, you can't have Max Payne without Max Payne's voice. And he's also just been important for Remedy as a studio. Yeah, he's been in, I believe, every game that they've made, and yeah, it's very sad to see him pass. But yeah, I fucking love Alan Wake 2, and I will make a video on it eventually, but yeah, it's not gonna be for a while. I do have many other plans, like many other scripts in the works, and yeah, I'm hoping to get those out sooner than the Alan Wake 2 video. It's just, I'm not trying to be like a perfectionist or anything, but it's just, I don't feel like I have the necessary tools to make it how I want to make it exactly. So yeah, eventually I will, but for now it's just gonna be on the back burner for a bit. Just to round out this video and this thought collection, I guess, I just wanted to talk about some shows and movies that I watched that I just wanted to talk about. First of all, Invincible Season 2. What a fucking disappointment. Just absolutely one of the worst follow-ups to a first season that I've ever seen. I don't care about the wait. Like, the wait doesn't matter that much, but it does just enhance how disappointing this season was. It was just so fucking slow and nothing happened at all. From season 4 to like, not from season, fucking, from episode 4 to episode 8 was just so unnecessary. You could have cut out so many subplots and just preamble to bullshit, and had episode, I think, yeah, you could have had episode 8 happen after episode 4, and then fucking continue the fucking story, instead of having the stupid shit about, fucking whatever his name is having an existential crisis about being a clone or whatever. You could have had the rest of the story. But instead, it's like, they had a break in the middle of the season for no fucking reason. The animation's still just mediocre at best. It's so dumb.
Why'd you watch an Invincible Season 2 trailer?
I'm putting it on the background.
Of what?
On the video.
A video talking shit about Invincible?
Yes.
This.
Yes.
Set them on fire. Get them cancelled.
Roast them and toast them.
They can give you creative rights.
Okay.
You get to be Invincible Season 3.
I'm Mr. Invince. They also just redid the whole conflict of the first season between Mark, Amber, and whatever her fucking name is, the pink girl. I don't Adam Eve. That's her name. They just redid that entire romance triangle, and it just, like, why? Like, what the fuck was the point of that at all? The show has a weird view on fascism, because it's like, the fucking, what's the fuck? Sorry, I can't remember names of things in shows. I suck at that. Fucking Omni-Men's people. The Viltrumites, that's her name. The Viltrumite girl that comes down and like says to Mark, like, oh, if we take over your planet, you will eliminate world hunger and shit like that. But there's still gonna be a fascist society. Like, they are a fascist society. And then Mark's response is like, but no, you can't because humans cool or something. It's some bullshit like that, and it's just so evident that they have no idea what fascism actually is, or like what the problem with fascism is. It's just, it was a dumb season. It was really badly done. I don't know what fucking videos, but I don't care about this introvert. What? It was just shit. It was just a bad season. The first 4 episodes were great, and then they just fucking went on and on about bullshit that did not matter. But on the other hand, I watched Dungeon Meshi on Netflix. Well, I pirated it, but it's on Netflix. what a great anime. Like, honestly, just phenomenal. I did not know that Trigger made this. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Trigger has been putting out some bangers recently. I'm generally not a huge fan of their shows. Like, their animation's great, obviously, but a lot of their shows, especially earlier, just had terrible endings that kind of ruined the whole show in retrospect. BNA sucked. The ending was just so bad and mismanaged. Little Witch Academia just kind of fucking... It just became mid towards the end. It petered out. And then you got Kisniver, which is just a weird... It had a pretty good premise at the start, and then they just fumbled it so badly. And I can't think of anything else. Inferno Cop is a masterpiece, though. That show fucking rocks. I love it. But Dungeon Meshi is incredible so far. I can't wait for season 2. Just give that to me, please. It's so good. Not like I know that it's like halfway through the manga or whatever, or like it's the first like arc, but it kind of ended abruptly, and I don't like that too much. But you know, whatever. It's a good story. I want them to not get canceled because I hate Netflix, and they suck with canceling shows. Inside job. Fuck them. Anyway, yeah, Dungeon Meshi, amazing. Another show that I thought was incredible. A lot of amazing TV recently. Like, over the past year, TV shows have been incredible. The Fallout TV show somehow is just like one of the best video game adaptations I've ever seen. Like, a lot of people complained about it because of some timeline bullshit or like some canon shit got retconned, but I don't really care about that. I think my main complaint about it is just, I think the politics could have been a little more interesting. It was very basic, like very, very basic, but I think it's either like easing people into it, or it's just like, I don't know, someone who's just kind of moderate but likes the Fallout universe. I honestly don't know. Hopefully the second season's set in New Vegas, and New Vegas is the most politically interesting game out of the whole series, so hopefully they do that justice. But yeah, there are definitely issues with it. I would highly recommend Slipmaker's video on it. Slipmaker is just incredible at analyzing TV. I love watching his stuff, and his video on the Fallout TV show is my favorite one out of the ones that I've seen. So definitely check that out. But yeah, generally, I really enjoyed it. It was incredibly well paced. Like, I could not stop watching it. Like, I watched the whole season in like 2 days. Just phenomenal stuff. But that kind of does it for TV shows. I guess if I were to talk about... what do I want to talk about next? Movies? What movies did I watch that were good? I don't fucking know. In terms of games that I've played that have been good recently, I played Resident Evil 4 Remake. That was incredible, obviously. Everyone's already talked about that. Just great remake, great game. Good game, fun play now. I replayed Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I am planning on making an Assassin's Creed video at some point, just like on the whole series, because for some reason, I get obsessed with those games every once in a while, and replaying Assassin's Creed Black Flag just made me realize how fucking good that game is. Like, my personal favorite is Brotherhood, but I can understand why people say that like Black Flag is their favorite, because it genuinely has like the best the best open worlds, the best combat, the best characters, like, insanely good, like, impressively good for Ubisoft. Other than that, I mean, new games, what did I play that came out recently? Fuck, I need to look that up. Let's see on my Steam. Yeah, I played Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that game a lot. I don't think it's a game that I would play again a lot. Like, it's not exactly my type of game it's not exactly the type of game that I would play for a long time, but it's definitely got some addicting gameplay. I've only just, like, figured out that there are ways to do other tricks, like in those TikTok videos that I keep seeing, and I'm definitely gonna play around with some mods, but it is genuinely, like, a very well-made game. And yeah, like, I really want to play Jet Set Radio Future. I gotta get the Xbox emulator working, because I still cannot figure that out. If you have any tips, please let me know. But other than that, like, I've mainly just been playing old games, and that's pretty much it. Check out my series on playing old games if you want to see my opinions on those. Again, I'm gonna be continuing that series in the future. The next episode is hopefully gonna come out in the next month. I am currently working on that. It's gonna take a while because I'm talking about 2 open world games, so I have to get footage for both of them, and that fucking sucks. But especially Far Cry 2, Jesus Christ. That game does not run properly on modern systems. It's a mess. Fuck Ubisoft, Jesus Christ, I hate them so much. But Assassin's Creed Shadows looks pretty good. Star Wars Outlaws also looks pretty good. Yeah, but that basically does it for this video. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make it to prove to you guys that I'm still alive. Again, I'm sorry for not doing anything for 7 months. It's a long time, and I'm glad that I'm coming back to it slowly. I do want this channel to be a thing in the future. Like, I don't want to quit this channel or anything, but it's just, I definitely needed time to kind of step back and reassess what I'm doing and my relationships with the world and with people. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Fucking bye. Bye, guys. Let's go!